Just a quick one, guys, before we get into today's video. We do have a lot of Rangers t-shirts available on our website. Do browse the collection by going to either rfcclothing.com or going down into the link in the description. Let's get into today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, guys. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Okay, so in today's video, guys, we've got a bit of transfer news for you with regards to one, Luis Palma, and then secondly, Malik Tillman. Look, we're going to go through the Malik Tillman links and stuff, the rest of it first, and then discuss Luis Palma. But look, Malik Tillman is a player, obviously, that was on loan at Rangers last season and last night won the Young Player of the Year award for Scotland, which is a remarkable achievement. He was probably one of a few players that actually got pass marks if you look at the season as a whole, especially in a Rangers jersey, because much of the campaign has been absolutely disastrous. I've been fairly vocal that I would want Malik Tillman to stay at Rangers going into the future and going into next season. However, look, a lot of Rangers fans are opposed to it. A lot of Rangers fans don't want him and don't want to spend £5 million for him, which I really struggle to understand as to why fans wouldn't want him. I know some would say that he hasn't shown up in the big games or done enough, but I think £5 million for a player that's come from Bayern Munich and has the pedigree of Malik Tillman, has shown the quality of Malik Tillman, and as I say, at 20 years old, I think £5 million is a bargain in this day and age, and certainly would probably make Rangers 3 or 4 times the return in about two or three seasons. So I've always, as I said, been very, very vocal and said that I would love to keep Malik Tillman. I think he could be a really, really good player for us going into the future. Michael Beale has said the same. He said that contact had already begun with Malik Tillman at trying to get him in a Rangers jersey going into next season. However, there has been sort of conflicting reports. Look, Michael Beale has never said that it's been close, and there's also been a lot of journalists that are very, very reputable stating that Malik Tillman actually doesn't really fancy going to Rangers and prefers to maybe find a different challenge, and doesn't really see Scottish football as the game that he wants to play going forward. And as I say, wants to try himself at a different level or try and push his way into Thomas Tuchel's plans at Bayern Munich. However, look, yesterday upon receiving his Young Player of the Year award, he still said, he sort of remained to the fact that there had been no decision made. It's between Rangers, Bayern Munich, and of course himself. And he will speak with Michael Beale in the coming days and make a decision from there. So as I said, he just said after this, upon receiving the award, he said, it's still very open. I'm going to talk to Michael Beale in the coming days and see what is saying and what the club is saying. Then I'm going to speak to Bayern again and see what their plan for me is, and then I'm going to decide. I've spoken to Michael Beale already, and he said, just take your time, it's your decision. That's what I'm going to do. The option is until the beginning of June or something, so I still have 3 or 4 weeks to decide. I'm going to take my time because obviously it's a big decision for me. He also added after that, the manager and I have had a very good relationship since the first day. He's completely honest with me every day, and especially for a young player, it's important that the manager speaks to you, and that is what he did. That's what helped me a lot as well. I really like him, and I think he likes me as well. That is at least a good thing, where I could imagine myself, it's always nice to talk to him. So again, from there, he's remained fairly sort of neutral, seeing what Bayern want for him. If Bayern say, no, we want to keep you, then he's probably going to stay at Bayern. Or if he doesn't see the vision going forward at Rangers, he probably is. But from my personal opinion, I don't feel that he is 100% on board. If you looked at the whole Ryan Kent situation when he was on loan for a year, it was always obvious, well, pretty obvious, it seemed that he wanted to play for Rangers. And it just doesn't feel that Malik Tillman wants to really play for Rangers, unfortunately, which we'll see what his decision is in the next 3 to 4 weeks. But I just don't think he wants to do it. But as I said, we'll see. Hopefully, Michael Beale can not convince him. No one has to be convinced for playing for Rangers. But hopefully, Michael Beale outlays the plan, and hopefully, Malik Tillman's a Rangers player going into next season, because I do think he is a really, really good talent. Now, in terms of other incomings, look, we've been talking recently a lot about Luis Palma, who plays for Aris in the Greek Super League. Look, there's a lot of talk around him. At first I did think it was a lot of agent talk. It just sort of came out from like the usual sort of sources that aren't very reputable. But as time has gone on, big reputable journalists have taken this story as well, and there has actually been truth in this one. We brought this to you a couple of days ago about Luis Palma, that Rangers were interested, and now there's a bit more on this. Basically, Rangers have reached out to the player's contacts at maybe getting a deal done. It is quoted that it's going to be £4 million for his services. The Aris sporting director has basically revealed over the last night that he has confirmed that Rangers do have interest in their player, and as I said, they are in the race to sign him. As I say, £4.4 million is apparently the fee being touted. It's basically saying as well that he will, or the player will, decide his club very soon, and there is up to about 9 different clubs interested in his services. But as I said, the Aris sporting director has confirmed that Rangers are one of those clubs that have reached out and are interested in Luis Palma. Now, this is an interesting one. Again, he's very young, and has some fairly decent numbers. He plays out on the left wing. It could be a decent replacement for Ryan Kent. And as I said, he's got pretty good numbers as well, especially towards the latter end of the season with assists and goals, and he's done it in the Europa Conference League and all the rest of it. And the Greek Super League's a fairly decent level. So the step up to Rangers, hopefully, we can see that mirrored. But as I said, this is going to probably take a little bit of time. It would be a fairly decent fee for Rangers to pay. But again, I do think it would be a good investment. 23 years old, some good numbers at a good level to back it up. And an interesting signing at that if Rangers can get that one over the line. Now, lastly, again, Ryan Kent situation. I know you guys are probably sick of it, but I said recently as well that Club Brugge had entered the race along with Burnley. I think he's got 2 contracts on the table, and that Club Brugge were probably the likely of the 2 to sign him. However, overnight, there has been more reports coming from Turkey stating that Fenerbahce have been in contact with Rangers. I don't know why they need to be in contact with Rangers. This is what makes me think this is a bit of a BS report. But Fenerbahce have been in contact for Ryan Kent, and discussions have taken place with the 26-year-old, but the Englishman has not agreed a pre-contract deal with the Turkish club and is yet to make up his mind, as he does have a number of options on the table. Again, take the pinch. I don't believe I don't believe Ryan Kent will be going to Turkey. I don't believe he'll be going to Fenerbahce, but that's what reports are stating. I still think he's firmly on his way to either Club Brugge or Burnley. So yeah, just see how that goes over the next couple of days, unless someone late comes in. And then lastly is Josh McPake. He's returned back to Rangers from his loan at Queen's Park. And as I said, the 21-year-old now faces an uncertain future over the final year of his Ibrox contract. And as I say, Rangers probably looking to cash in on him in the summer, just to try and get him, 1, off the wage bill, and 2, I don't know, maybe try and get a little fee or something in for him. So that's all we've got for you today. Malik Tillman still undecided on his future and will probably be resolved in the next 3 or 4 weeks. Rangers do want him. Luis Palma, talks have begun with him, and Rangers, again, that could be a waiting game as well, another 3 or 4 weeks. But as you can see, things are moving with regards to the incomings. We've reported to you a few of the pre-contract agreements, but these ones as well, where Rangers are sort of trying to negotiate with fees. So these are more exciting players, Luis Palma, Malik Tillman, and all the rest of it. But that's all we've got for you today, guys. As always, please do let me know your thoughts on these subjects down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. Please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. We've also released Rangers t-shirts. They're available on our website. Just go down into the link in the description or go to rfcclothing.com. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.